Welcome back to the Spirit Guide Daily, and this is the cronecast at the rising moon. Hey guys, these are timeless messages that will reach you when they are meant to. In the month of December for 2023, the Spirit Guide Daily will still be available on my YouTube channel. After that, because I also need to make a living, I need to move it to memberships and to a Patreon level. And there will be other things in there, including some magic lessons. But let's get going with this. All right, so we have the Sun, Moon, Tarot bringing us 3 or 4 protective cards. This has been one of those sets where 4 has been more appropriate. Mystical Moments bringing us a card, and then the Whispering Woods Oracle cards are also, I guess they're called inspiration cards, will also be bringing us something. I have the 7 of Swords in the upright, which is one of those lies, deceit, manipulation cards sometimes. This one marks it with futility. It is not one of the meanings that I have for the 7 of Swords. For me, it's as likely to be about strategy as it is anything. In other decks, it sometimes even marks a gunman. It is a very strange card because the 7 of Swords usually features somebody walking away with swords in their hands. So it is somebody carrying a weapon. The 7 of Swords, though, honest to goodness, can be about thieves. So be a little bit careful, and it can be about lies and deceit. Let's see what comes out with this one. Remember, and in reverse, it has all kinds of different meanings. And like that's part of what I think I will do with the Patreon is start teaching some things about reversals because not enough people teach them. We have the Lovers in reverse, which is a card of like being careful with choices, being whole and integrated within. Not getting any type of cheating, dirty trickster energy off of this one. Okay, I'm not. With the 2 of Wands in the upright, which is a crossroads energy, it's being careful with choices from 2 different cards. And then we're going to go ahead and take the next one, which is the Star, which is the card of dreams coming true as well. So one of the meanings of the 7 of Swords is the Lone Wolf card. I have absolutely no reason to believe in this particular draw it has anything to do with deception. It appears to be a treading carefully because it's a walking on eggshells type of thing, but that's like proceeding with caution as well. It can be a temporary situation. There's a lot of decent meanings to the 7 of Swords. But what you're being told here is to exercise some caution with your choices around, if not much has been possible in your life in the last while, 2, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 7 years, however long it might have been, and your menu of choice opens up, like it can be, you might try to do too much at once. This is a little bit of a pace yourself energy as things start happening. I have Pure Nature, which is a grounding energy, and then Touch the Sky. Wow, that is interesting. That's a star energy if ever I've seen one. So we really do have a grounded approach to making your dreams come true with this particular energy, and that is one of the meanings of the Star. It's also the Aquarius card. Aquarius season apparently is going to be a big season for you. The Star is also one of the cards for psychic connection because it's about being in 2 worlds at once, and she's on the land and pouring into the water. I like this energy. The Pure Nature, honest to goodness, I feel like a broken record about this, but the most important thing that you can possibly do when you are doing any form of divination work, when you are doing any form of magic work, when you are reaching into another realm, just plain old-fashioned period, is to make sure you get in touch with nature. Take walks, touch trees, sit on the grass, sit on rocks whenever possible. I'm always finding new places to go for grounding because I have such a deep affinity with trees. I just found another park where I can literally go sit in a giant tree in order to meditate, which is really, that's nirvana for me. Don't just always engage in the same practices because it's almost like they stop having the same efficacy if they're done over and over again. Branch out, branch out. If you want things to expand in your life, expand your grounding practices. But over and over again, my collective is told you've got to be in touch with nature, and it's because magicians always have to be. They always have to be because you're trying to shape and mold the elements into the form and to the fashion that you want them to be. It is exceptionally important to be in touch with nature. And if you're one of those people who's like, I don't actually like to be outside, watch nature programs, watch hikes through the woods. I like regularly, and I'm sure I will do it again later, is I watch Stockholm walks, and I watch The Walking Viking. And for whatever reason, Sweden is like, I guess I just want to live in Sweden or something. Sweden has such a calming influence on me. Wish. Make a wish with a dandelion in the wind. Let's take one more. Adventure. Live wild and free. Holy moly, these are good cards. Not a lot of specificity, but it really is like your dreams are starting to come true, and to be very, very grounded and practical in the choices that you make. Because if you have done a ton of work to clear yourself of all forms of attachment, to be as whole and integrated within, which is one of the meanings of the Lovers, it doesn't mean it's done. Those are eternal forces that try to try to plug into people like outlets, is one of my favorite sayings. They're going to try and plug into you like an outlet. The way to thwart that energy is to be super duper in touch with a grounding process, which always involves nature. Now, are there other things you can do other than watch, nature walks and sit in trees to meditate? There are. Eating is one of the grounding influences. Showering can help as well. It's a good idea to do a salt scrub with that, or use a lavender body wash, because lavender is one of the things that actually clears space and energy very easily as well, and allows your will to dominate another as well. So this is the Spirit Guide Daily for today, and it's a little bit, take your time with the choices that you make as more is coming into your life. Try to make sure that you don't... I just have this energy around the Seven of Swords, which is more about strategy than it is almost anything else. But you have something that you're going to need to be aware of, which is that if you've gone through the process of unfortunately losing a great deal, which is part of a spiritual expansion, then as more comes to you, it might scare you, because you might be afraid everything will be taken away again. And it's just the fear that you need to deal with through these grounding practices, through these abilities to stay connected. Remember the as above, so below. That also refers to being in this very grounded reality while reaching for other realms. Grounding, 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 grounding. I feel like such a broken record about it. It will make a giant difference in your energetic and your emotional well-being, so please stick to it. There is no time frame on when these things are happening. You are just being told, hey, when the fear rises up because it's been so long since anything happened, what do? You ground. You also talk to yourself appropriately. You use the correct affirmations around, of course you're frightened, you lost a lot. But everything that's coming to you is coming to you through your own efforts. So that means it's yours and yours alone, and nobody else has the power to take it away. And those are the ways in which you start talking to yourself. Hey, that was a Spirit Guide Daily for today. If you want to book me for a private reading to get more personal details, that is at therisingmoon.com. It's the only way to book me. Don't forget to look for my podcast, Logical Magic, Examining Esoterica. And in January of 2024, look for the membership and the Patreon energies that are accounts that are coming towards everybody. I might do both. I might do a Patreon and I might do memberships on YouTube, because I have two different audiences. My YouTube audience doesn't cross over to my podcast a great deal, and it turns out my podcast doesn't watch a lot of YouTube. So I have two separate groups of clients, which is fun. But it does mean that I might have to get a little bit inventive in how I strategize things, and that's another meaning of the Seven of Swords. Take care. Be well. Thanks for joining me.